Alright, let's see. Oh, it updated. Oh, and there I am. Okay. So I think one of the things I'm going to change is the number of Twitch viewers. I don't know if I want it to be offline. I think it should just be 0. Hi, Exodrifter. I don't have to ask how your evening's going, because I pretty much saw most of it. But yeah, how is your evening going? You saw all of it? I did see all of it. But, I want to know how you feel about it. But yeah, it was a really nice stream. Happy and tired? That is the best way to be after doing something, something you wanted to do. Alright. What was I? Oh, right. I wanted to change this to not be offline. I'm gonna have you be 0. Because I think that makes more sense. Maybe. Also, how's the audio? Does it sound alright? I adjusted a few settings, and I want to make sure it's, not bad. Hi Coding Vibe. How is your evening going? Sounds okay? Good to hear. Let's see. I think one of the things I wanted to do today was change this from redeems to alerts. Because redeems doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when it's also all the other stuff. Working on your project? Good to hear, good to hear. Hi Dr. Fish, how's your evening going? Blanket? Yep, I definitely am wrapped up in all sorts of blankets right now, because it is still super cold here. And it sounds like there's going to be another blizzard this weekend. Yay! It's too warm for blankets? I'd trade places with you for a little while. Gee. I'm really flippin' cold. Like, I don't know what's different about this round of cold, but like, it's chilled me to the bones. What was I? Oh, right. I want to change the router to no longer be redeems, but alerts. So that means I'm probably going to have to change every instance of redeem. Maybe this is... Do I want to do this? Yeah, I want to do this. Wait, redeem alert. Then it would become alert. What should I call you? Alert. Alert message. Because that's what you are. That is the type of component you are. Wants to make refactoring changes with this file move. Sure. Yeah, that's nice. That'd be really neat if it did all the name changes for me. It did. I think that's the only one. Alright, let's rename you as well. Alerts view. Hi Leviathan. How's your evening? Or your afternoon going? I'm doing pretty decent. Still cold, still blizzards on the horizon, but the alerts are mostly working. So they can do this. Yeah, got a test alert. So Streamlabs is gone. Now I'm just gonna make it so that these things all work a bit better. I need to implement some sort of queuing system in case I get a bunch of people. What you making? I'm working more on the alerts, like the one you just saw pop up. So basically what it's doing is it's hooking into Twitch's event sub, which is then getting passed to a callback URL that is my server that has an event handler on it, which then uses a WebSocket to send out a broadcast message to all the clients that are currently connected to that WebSocket. And that's how I get the alerts going. Hi Victor Nunez. I'm doing well. How are you doing today? But yeah, and today I need to work on making a queuing system for it, because if I got a whole bunch of alerts all coming in at once, I'm not sure how the system would handle it. I think they would come through fine my backend server, but on the front end, I think they would like all try to play at once, and then like only the most recent would actually show up. You're doing good? Good to hear. Whoa. See? It appeared. Thanks for the warm fuzzies, Retro Boy. And yes, that proved my point. It overwrote the one, so I need to make it so that each one displays for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds or something, at least. Right. So you should all be this. And then overwriting? That's something I do every day when I save a file. Yeah. I mean, that's actually really close to what's actually happening. So in the alert message component, there is an alert message data point, which is what's being displayed on the screen. And as the alerts come in, this gets updated. And each time it gets updated, it will do all the graphics and stuff. Gotta go shopping, but I'll be lurking. Alright, Exodrifter. I hope your shopping goes well. Hydrate will do. I also think I kind of want to make the text look a bit more spiffy. But I'll deal with that later. For now, I need to focus on renaming stuff. Hi Yukin9. How's your evening going? Thanks for stopping by. Let's see now. I renamed that. I need to rename it in the router. So you're gonna be alerts. And it's not gonna be redeem view, but alerts view. alerts view and alerts view. Going okay, thanks. Hope you're having a good evening. I am. The last stream that I did, I got the alerts working, so they don't have to use Streamlabs anymore. So now you can do stuff like fish cookie, and it'll pop on the screen. But I need to implement sort of a queuing system so that they don't overwrite each other if a whole bunch of people did stuff at once. Oh, thanks. Okay. I think that's good. And then the home view. It certainly sounds like a good idea to implement a queue. Thanks for the long test. Which makes me think maybe I should have dynamically changing text sizes. That's for future me to deal with. But yes, a queue would be very helpful. Okay. Let's make you... Q is an array. And I'm off the top of my head not quite sure how JavaScript even handles arrays. Whoa! I didn't know that it would even do the emotes in there. That's heckin' neat. Hold on, I gotta test that again. Oh, and also avatar pin. We'll do that first. Oh, nice! Little ASCII bee. Okay. Save that image to pictures, pins. Oh, thanks for the follow, MESUCEF. I hope you enjoy it here. I'll save you to here. Props. And it was... I should just sort by 8. And scroll. And there. Got a little bee. Bee friend. Thanks, Kemimu. Yo, holy mac and cheese and new followers in town. Yeah. Fun stuff. Okay, I need to learn how to use arrays in JavaScript again. Arrays, array methods, popping and pushing. That's what I want. I want to pop it. Fruits.pop will become push to the end. Pops off the end. Hi Maple TV. And thanks for the follow, Max Headroom. Oh, like, I remember Max Headroom. Is that like, their 3D guy? I do? Yeah, I do. He was like, a virtual, like basically a VTuber before VTubing was a thing, I think. If I remember right. Whoa! Hi K-Tan. Thanks for the raid. 40% Lucky Strike. Oh, that's right. You were playing that that one game. Oh, it looked really interesting. Oh, what's the name of it again? So yeah, what I'm, hi Shadowfile, Gunfire Reborn, yeah, that looked really interesting. Oh, thanks for the follow, Shadowfile. So yeah, K-Tan, I got my, alert thingies working. So now I don't have to rely on Streamlabs anymore. Hi, Amy. Yeah, I'm super excited to excise myself of all of that nonsense. Or excise that nonsense from me. Whoa, that's a lot of text, Retro Boy. Should my Commodore 64 visual novel use RAM expanders, an optional feature? I'm not sure how the game will react if the fast load cartridge is being made. I'm assuming there is a external drive port on the cartridge. The game failed to load any data as a built-in kernel for outside. So I think I'll use the RAM expander for storage, character port respect. Maybe. I don't know if... I guess if it's just for your own use, it'd probably be fine. Or if it was just for your friend's use. But if you wanted to, like, actually target the Commodore 64 enthusiasts, you might wanna... I don't know. I really don't know enough about it, to be honest. It felt like every single weapon I picked up had that effect text, so I made it my... Nice. Well, Lucky Strike seems like it'd be a good thing to have. Oh, you love the hand cam? Thanks. Yep, I originally did it as an April Fool's joke, but then I just sort of kept it because it was kind of a hassle to set up, so I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, thanks, K-Tan and Amy. I'm glad you like my little fingy gloves. Currently my Twitch alert code seems to maybe have a problem. I think it lost connection to event sub and can't reconnect. I had a similar problem. The script that I was using to like push events to the WebSocket, the client, like the server side client was actually timing out. So I had to make it so that every time it had an on-close event, it would reconnect itself. And then everything works. Array methods are just that one Daft Punk song. Push it, pop it, shift it, unshift it, split it, join it, now append it. Yes, I'll remember it better with that mnemonic for sure. It's a great idea. I'll add that to mine. Yeah. And like I've said before, I do want to put all this stuff into a guide once it's like kind of stable, to hopefully save some trouble for other folks. Because it is not easy. Like, I've worked with plenty APIs in my day, and Twitch's just seems like all the information is technically there, but it's in such a weird disarray. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so let's do the queue thingy. So when we're doing on message, it's doing this stuff. So instead of that, how do I want to have it be a queue? On message event. I could just send this event to the queue. So instead of doing all of this, I maybe ought to set that up as a function regardless. So let's do process event. Oh shoot, sorry K-Tan. There we go. Shout out to K-Tan. Everybody go check her out. She does a lot of cool game dev stuff and plays games really fun too. But yeah, I highly recommend you follow her if you haven't already. And she has a really cute avatar too. And super cute emotes. Can't forget the emotes. They are super adorbs. I'm pretty sure this cozy one's my favorite now. It used to be the Kaitan Pop, but this cozy one I feel is just mood. Oh, thanks, Kaitan. Right. When is pin redeem fulfilled? Oh, did I miss one? Sorry, I'll grab it. I see it. I'll get it. Load text. Need to save you in pins. And add you. There. Where would be a good place for this? I'd be like, you probably can't even read it really. Maybe a hair clip? That could kind of work. Hydrate will do. Thanks, Kaitan. Tonight's hydrate is the last of my orange juice. We're all snowed in out here, so I'm like completely out of any fresh produce. Holy smokes, more text. It's true, Nova's pretty cute. Oh, thanks, Exodrifter. I was making a checklist. Bye for real now. Alright. I hope your grocery shopping goes well. I don't really care about reading it? Okay, gotcha. Alright, another avatar pin. Nice, nice. Aw, that's super cute. Gotta have it. Put you in here. Pins. And add this one. Can I get you in my hood? Whoop, too far. Nope, come back out. There we go. Well, there we go. Comfy in the hood. Okay, process event. Will actually take an event. Make her just stand on your head? Can do. Wait. There we go. Nice. Alright. On message. You have a point there. It's quite cute. And not only that, it was quite a nice person. Oh, thanks, Retro Boy. First time I'm magical, typical hello world. Nice. And thanks for the warm fuzzies. Yep. This is perfect too, because I'm kinda sorta stress testing the whole alerts thingy. I wanna make sure that it works pretty well. That pin is too cute? I know, right? I get super excited whenever Amy shows up, because it usually means I get a really cute pin. Plating. Yep. This, displaying message. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I can just take all of this. That was too much. Or was it? Hold on. Where do you end? Right there? Oh. Guess it wasn't too much. And then we'll put you in here. I love me some Raimu. Nice, nice. Hi, Shiny Alpi. How's your evening going? Wait, did this? Oh, it's just indented funny. There we go. So this should now be called on here, this dot process event. So hopefully that'll work. Oh, doing okay? Just got some voice training tips from a friend that super helped. Nice, nice. I can't wait till your next stream if you are gonna use them then, or if you're, you know, yeah. I mean, I can't wait for your next stream regardless, but you know. Let's see now. Did I think that should work. You're at localhost. Whoa, come back over here. And it's gonna be on alerts. Oh, that's right. I have a thing now. Alright. Test the connection. An undefined thingy happened. That's okay, though. Testing the alert message doesn't work. The ding works. Okay. Now let's do... Hey, it worked! So the code changes I made still are going okay. How's the Twitch stuff coming? Not bad. Today I'm focusing on making a queue system, because if a whole bunch of alerts come in all at once, it'll only end up displaying the most recent one, like they'll get overwritten. So I want to have a queue system that fires off like every 4 or 5 seconds. And to do that, I need a process event thing that basically is going to happen as long as the queue isn't empty, or something. Or like at the end of the process event, maybe I should have a check to see if there's anything left in the queue. Tricky. Oh, is this an overlay running in a browser source in OBS? Yep. Yeah, I'm running all of this stuff on here. I made a Vuejs site that is handling all the connection stuff. So I'm running a Node.js with Express backend that's both the event handler for the event sub for Twitch and the WebSocket connection. I wish I could set up something like that. Well, hopefully you'll be able to, because I'm planning on making a guide for it. And I feel like I've seen you code and stuff. I know you could handle it. It's really not that tricky. There is, I mean, I do have this all running on a server that I'm spending, I think, $5 a month for, which is, I mean, it's kind of a lot, but also kind of not. But it'll involve ... hosting a server. Yes, unfortunately it will. There are ways to get around it though. you could, for example, host this server at home and use a dynamic DNS service to continuously update your IP address to to a DNS thing. So, like, if you have a spare computer at home, you could run it all there, maybe. Have so many questions. When you do a browser source overlay in OBS, does the browser dimensions need to be perfect? Not really, no. I can, let me actually show you. This little Twitch counter down here, unlock it. This thing, I also made that. And like, I can just stretch it and move it around. I didn't know I could turn it upside down. I really didn't know I could do this, but I guess I can do this. Yeah. Oh, that's not terrible. I love my little server. It's fun to host one if you can. It is. I host very many of them. I don't have pets, but I've got servers. It also requires me to have a spare computer. You could just run it on whatever computer you're doing. A GPD Win 2? Yeah, you could definitely use that. I have a spare one of those as well. I ended up saving up to get it, the GPD Win 2, thinking I was going to use it for all sorts of stuff, like playing emulated games and whatnot. But I didn't really ever end up using it much. I did, but not in the way I thought I would. I actually ended up using it mostly for visual novels. Does having some spare servers laying around work? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that would work. Pro tip, if you want cheap hardware, find a university near you. Mine sells spare computers as cheap as 20 bucks. Yes, sometimes even cheaper than that. I've honestly had folks at the university I used to work at pay me to take some of this stuff away. Granted, it was pretty crummy hardware, but I used it for a bit at my old job, and sometimes I crack it open when I'm running long processes or software. Yeah, that was another thing it was super helpful for. You just have it, sitting next to you, and you basically have like, your own Windows machine or Ubuntu or whatever you're running on it. That could play some. It could actually play a surprising number of games, especially if you tweak the settings a bunch. I actually got Final Fantasy XIV working on mine, albeit it was technically playable, but I wouldn't want to play it that way. Might as well use my actual Commodore 64 as a server. Will most likely be. You probably couldn't run a Vuejs front end on it. But if all you're trying to do is display some text, that could probably work. I should put the M4 prototype on it and see how it plays. Yeah, that'd be a really good test. Because that would be especially if you wanted to be able to support low-end hardware. More beginner cues. If you have a browser overlay in your scene, does the browser need to be visible and in the foreground? No, not at all, actually. Here, let me show you. Pardon the infinite screens, but you can just go add browser, and what you do is you just give it a URL, and it'll just plop whatever you have in there. So I could do opengameart.org, and then I've got opengameart.org in there, and I could put it anywhere. I don't know why I'd want it, but, you know, I've got it now. But I'm gonna get rid of it, because I don't actually want it. Oh, I hit rename. Boop. And boop. Anything's possible on the Commodore if you can believe. And use RAM expanders. Probably. I think I need to get a Commodore 64 emulator. It was a bit... It never had one, so... Nope, the browser starts its own instance of a browser. Yes, exactly. World's best infinite screen? Well, thanks. Okay, thank you. Nova, thank you, K10. Yeah, Max Headroom. Gonna go and grab some food. Sounds good, K10. Get all nice and refreshed and cozy. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I made a bot too. That's also running on that same server. So like stuff like Lurk actually works now. And I don't have to worry about running Nightbot or anything. Yep. And the high, Haya, and all that stuff is kind of just like a ping, really. Like one of those things that's like, this should for sure work, if nothing else. Okay, so we're processing the event directly, but instead we actually want to add you to a queue of things. So I think we'll do this dot queue dot push event. Hi Alex Hernaldo. How's your evening going? The bad button counter. Yep, it's at 11. That was kind of an in-joke where Exodrifter had, she wanted to make a bad button counter because she kept, thanks for the follow, Alex Ronaldo. She kept pressing the wrong button, and so she was incrementing a bad button manually. And so we thought it'd be funny just to make one. And then while I was making the bot, I wanted to hook it up to a Redis backend, and I wanted a really simple, quick, and easy way to test that it was actually hooking up. So I made just an incrementer, which now just increments. There's also bad button reset if you wanted to reset it. Good. How about myself? Not bad. Very cold though. We've been hit by a string of blizzards where I live. Question number 3, but not technical. How do people test using the Twitch APIs without going live for everyone? Like, if I wanted to test, should I just use an alt account? You could use an alt account, but the thing is, and I just realized this while I was testing this, even if you're offline, you can still do like you can still access your chat, and you can still do redeems, and you can still do a whole bunch of stuff. Some stuff won't work, but enough for testing. And there was enough for me for testing offline. Although I also did a lot of testing online because I built a lot of this online. Bad button reset? Yep, the bad button's been reset back to 0 or 1. I'm not sure which I have it. Okay, so we have this. Process event. Yeah, no problem, Max Headroom. And also, the guide's not there yet, but once I do write the guide, I'm gonna put it on my Discord server. So if you want to check it out, that's where it will be eventually, probably in a week or so. and hopefully it'll save you some headaches. I was thinking about maybe putting it up on like GitHub or something, but I feel like anything I put on GitHub, I'll feel like obligated to maintain and support. Whereas this, I kind of just want to like plop a guide out with some pasted scripts and stuff. And like I'll answer questions and whatnot, but as Twitch's stuff evolves, I don't want to like go back to like the GitHub thing and like update things, and I don't know. So I want to probably have a new function called not process, actually process event. Maybe have one that's like process events plural, and that will actually go through the queue. Or no, process event queue. That is the description I want. Yes. So what you're gonna do is check and see if there are events in the queue, and if there are, you will play them. How do I check if you're empty? Oh wait, that's right. An empty array is falsy, I think. So if this.queue, what we want to do is let current event is equal to this.queue.pop and then this.process event. No, wait. Yes. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting it, I think. Process event, current event, and we want to then do set timeout on I was looking at some old CGI stuff from like the 70s and 80s. It's interesting to see how computer graphics have changed over the decades. I know, right? It's like I feel like my parents had a really wild ride, cuz like they were born like just when computers were starting, or I should say personal computers were just starting to become a thing, and then like they got to see it all the way up until now. It's been crazy. I actually have 2 CRT monitors that I got, one of them from a thrift store a long while ago, and another one that I got that was like my dad's old one for work from way back when. And I know I'm keeping the little one around because I have like Nintendo 64 and stuff that like actually plays better on CRTs, and like the PlayStation 2 and stuff. The computer one I'm not sure why I'm keeping, because it makes a really high-pitched noise that I can't stand, but I feel like I don't want to get rid of it. Fun fact, Star Trek was the first movie with CG. Nice. Yeah, I didn't know that. I know that like a lot of the old movies that had like they weren't really computer graphics, but they'd like do animation overlays, like Bedknobs and Broomsticks or Mary Poppins. Those had like animation overlays, I think. But yeah, early computer graphics are crazy wild. And if you couldn't tell, I really dig the whole like wireframe aesthetic. I don't know. I think it's really neat. Okay, set timeout. We want this dot process event queue. We want you to happen in 5 seconds. And that'll only occur as long as there are items in the queue. So maybe this will work, or maybe it'll fail. Only one way to find out. Actually, there's a whole bunch of ways to find out, but this is the way I'm going to find out. It didn't work. Why didn't you work? Let's see what's in the queue. They're in there. Oh, wait a minute. I'm never actually calling this. That would be important. If anything, the old Pixar shorts might have been one of the most impressive computer-generated animations of their time. I know, right? I forget where I heard it, or read it, or saw it, but I remember something about, like, they had, Pixar in particular had, like, entire server farms dedicated to processing each frame so they could get it out in a timely fashion. And just imagining that is wild. A wild Richer boy messes around with the overlay test. 0 HP was lost. Can OBS browser overlay render anything the browser can render? If I had crazy WebGL in browser, any issue? It should be able to. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be able to. Actually, we can probably test that. Alright, we have a version of my claw machine game here. Let's add it to the browser, or let's add it as a source. Claw game. It's gonna be that big. Okay. There it is. So yeah, you can do whatever, I guess. Because that's running like a bunch of 3D objects and stuff in there. So yeah, I wouldn't see why not. Let's get rid of you. There we go. Pixar revolutionized a lot of things for 3D graphics. I know. I can only imagine. I was able to add the game as a source for our place. I don't know if that used WebGL. I'm not sure either what it's using. Oh, do you mean for the testing? Yeah, no problem. It's neat how much stuff has been developed for media. Like Perlin noise was developed for generating backgrounds for a movie. Now it's an essential tool for people making organic randomness. I remember watching a tutorial on that a long while ago. I used to use like video game dev tutorials as a sleep aid, so Perlin noise is definitely familiar, but I honestly can't remember what I was supposed to do with it. Or I should say, I know what I'm supposed to do with it, I just don't know how. Whoops, I mean our place as a source for a stream. Maybe you could. I think Perlin Noise was for Tron? Tron was so cool. I wish I would have been old enough to see it in theaters. But I mean, it was fun seeing it on the DVD or whatever. And then Tron Legacy, that was super fun. If for no other reason than the soundtrack was amazing. But the movie was amazing too. That's a next level sleep aid? Yeah, I mean, like all of this, what I'm doing right here, is exactly the kind of stuff that I like to find when I'm having troubles with insomnia. You know, low action, low volume, soft voice, building something, tinkering with something, that sort of stuff. Yes, a Tron movie. That's what it was. Yeah. Thank you for answering all my questions. I wish there was a way I could thank you more than bits. That's all I have? Oh, thanks for the bits! Also, I didn't see, but I don't think the bits actually displayed. Did it display? But thank you anyways. Thanks for the alert. Right, I need to restart this thing. And thanks for using the alert command. Debugging the bits not displayed. Very helpful. Thanks for letting me know that the bits didn't display. I'll figure that out. It might be because I'm pretty sure I don't... Wait. But if it's not in... Wait, no. There it is. This should be happening. You know what we can do? We can go to the logs. Nova events. Oh yeah, see? The client has closed. So this is the thing that, like each time it closed, I reopened it. Yeah, it's not doing the bits one. Maybe I didn't subscribe to it correctly. Let's see. Twitch events. And then it's gonna be sub-event here. Cheer. Channel cheer. Sub-event. Channel. Whoops. Cancel. No. I'll just type it out then. Channel cheer. I don't think I was subscribed to it. I wasn't subscribed to it. Well, I mean, it's good that I know what it is now. And that would make sense. Yeah, it didn't send me the event because it didn't know it needed to. I really ought to create an array of events that I check. But that's a problem for future me. Present me is needing to do this event queue thing. Which I think might be working now. Maybe. Okay. There's the queue. Oh wait, this thing isn't actually, putting anything into the queue. Let future you worry about it. Works every time. I know, right? Future me'll take care of it. I am confident in future me's abilities to take care of this problem. They know so much more than I do. Ah, I couldn't see, but I don't know if the queue was actually filling up. You also need to make sure your auth token has cheers in its scope. I think it does. That part I'm reasonably certain. Yeah, dealing with scopes was a whole other headache too. But yeah, I don't think I would have been able to send that subscription thing. Because it would have stopped me here saying you don't have the correct authorization. Which, I mean, I I struggled with that for like a day and a half. Cannot read properties of undefined. At process event, line 59. Here, the data. Wait, it's not getting the data? I think I will actually use Scratch for Twitch overlays. How will I do some stuff with the API? I'll use a Python script for API stuff and send the data over through cloud variables, which I will use TurboWarp's API, use its own separate server for cloud storage. However, I would need to have the project on Scratch and do some checks to confirm TurboWarp instead of regular Scratch. Scratch would mostly not permit to do that on their servers. Not too familiar with Scratch, but yeah, what? Maybe. I don't know. I wish I could help, but again, I'm not too familiar with Scratch. Hi, Exodrifter. How was your grocery adventure? Apple pie? That sounds amazing. And I will hydrate, and I will do the warm fuzzies, or I will accept the warm fuzzies. It was nice and quiet? That's the best kind, I feel. Cannot read properties of undefined. Oh, maybe I can send event.data and then have you just be that. Oh, that's right. Test connection. That doesn't actually do it. What I really ought to do is have test connection send an approximation of a request. Currently got a frozy pie in the oven, or a frozy pizza in the oven. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm pretty much down to canned or boxed foods. Because there is no way anybody's driving in the middle of the blizzards that are around here. Although today, sorry, excuse me. For today, the blizzard did let up for a while, so we could see the sun for a few hours. It was rather, a rather joyous event. But unfortunately, the blizzards are back. I did the same thing for dinner. You're all making me hungry. What could I do? I have flour. I have pizza sauce. I actually do have cheese. Okay, what else? I've got, I think, some olives. I almost maybe could make a pizza. Quick bake pizza dough. Pardon it, y'all. I need to look this up quick. I don't have any yeast. No yeast. Please let me be able to do this. Okay. Got it. I definitely have water. Got it. Heck yeah! I can make it! Alright. I'm saving this one for later. Gonna make a pizza. Scratch cloud variables would allows a change every millisecond, or in the case of firewall, something else a second. I'll be heading out now. It's late. Alright, Retro Boy. I'll see you later. Nom nom. I was thinking about getting a frozen pizza at the grocery store, but eventually decided against it. I wish past me had decided for it. But I'm okay working with what I got, I think. Oh no yeast? Yeah, I don't keep any around. Most of the vegan pizzas they had were full of processed stuff. I just like, veggies, like artichoke hearts and bell peppers. Bell peppers on pizza is amazing. I think I like, bell peppers, onions, and banana peppers the best. I think that's my favorite kind of pizza. Processed vegan stuff, yeah! What is maybe soy, and maybe corn, and maybe who knows? I have to do meal prep tomorrow, and I didn't think I'd have time tonight, so I was just frozen pizza on sale. Yeah, pizza. It's the yeast of your problems? Coming in there with the puns, hard and strong. Bio. Aha, I used it again. See you later, Retro Boy. I hope you sleep well. Or if you're not going to sleep, I hope the rest of your evening is fun. You're gonna be testing a thing? Thanks for the final test. Your pizza done? Nice. I hope it's tasty. Pizza dough is the annoying part. Everything else is fun and easy. Yes, agree 100%. Yeah, it's been a long while since I've made like any sort of dough that needs yeast. I usually go for the quick bake options. Bell pepper very good. Yeah. I haven't been able to get fresh bell peppers in a while though. I'm hoping they'll stock them again. Although now it's kind of a moot point since I can't actually get anywhere. What was I doing? Oh, the array queue thing. I want to see if it actually fills up. Set timeout. Wait. Set timeout. Oh, do I need to do... I bet I need to do it this way. Alright. So we add it to the queue, I think. think... maybe... Oh, right. I was gonna check and get... Let's get... What kind of event do I want? I'll get a Warm Fuzzies event. Yeah. So then I want... Hi, Max Headroom. What kind of events do I want on my pizza? Yeah, what kind of events? I want a heat event and a cheese drop, and probably a pizza slice event. I'm also gonna want some Parmesan cheese events. Apple pie was apple-y. Good to hear. Was it like a cinnamony apple pie, or just like I could probably make an apple pie more to my liking. It was too sweet. Yeah, I feel the same way about apple pies. I like to use really tart apples. It was a normal lattice apple pie. Oh, like with the... yeah, I gotcha. They're pretty good, but... yeah, no, I definitely prefer tart. My dad used to make a really great apple crisp using my neighbor's apples. They always had way too many apples, so we always got like a box full of them. And I always made sure that he had like a little corner for me with extra cinnamon on it. So super tart, super cinnamony, and super crunchy. Or super chewy with crunchy outsides. Nice? Yeah. Gotta have some apple crisp. Yeah, apples are one of the few things... well, I shouldn't say that. There's lots of stuff that grows out here. If you like corn, wheat, sunflowers, that sort of thing. But as far as fruits and veggies, you got apples, cucumbers, potatoes, but potatoes will grow like anywhere. And potatoes aren't even... never mind. I don't know what I'm even talking about. I've just got food on the brain. Right, let's do test message. I think that'll work. So then when I send message, JSON test, no. We'll do this dot test message. I think it'll maybe work. Like, did I restart you? There. Now you'll restart. Test message. Oh. I'm not even testing the queue thing right. I'm just sending the message. Oh wait, no it is. Isn't it? No, I'm hitting test. Okay, wait, test connection. Unexpected token U. at position 0. 74. Parse event. I didn't like that. Test connection, the queue. Do I need to do JSON stringify on you? Maybe? An undefined thing happened. Well, that's better than... Or did it still do it? It's still doing it. Hold up. I might not even be thinking about this right. Alright. This button, test connection, send message, test message. Send message, test message. For send message, we're sending this. The test message. Why are we even sending that? That doesn't make any sense. This is where we want to... Wait. I'm confusing myself. This dot test message. Oh, wait. Hold on. I think I just realized something. It needs... This isn't what a test message actually is gonna look like. It's gonna look like an object that has data. Yeah, it needs to have, and it needs to be, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I like the commercial flight nose used for it. I know, right? Gotta have those airplane dings in it. Did it error? Displaying message was... Oh, wait a minute, what? Oh gosh, I completely messed all of that up. While I'm off to bed, have a great rest of your stream. Thanks Maple DV, thanks for stopping by. I hope you sleep well. This was the thing that I needed. I replaced like all of the stuff, when in fact it was just this that I needed. The test message needs to be a thing that has data, which has all of this stuff in it. And now those pop up. And it didn't like it again. What about it are you not liking? Well, that worked. I might actually have to test it just by... Hold on. Let me think. How do I test to see if it actually made it into the queue? We could add an artificial delay in there, which is what I think I'm gonna do. Right around here, or here. Set timeout. Like that. And we want it to be for 2 seconds. No, better make it 5 seconds. I want to actually see this thing. Want to see you in here. It sounds like whatever is being fed to the JSON parser isn't a JSON string. Yes. That was me trying to hack a test message in there. But I think for now I'm just going to use like the actual tests. Given it starts with a U, I bet it's actually just passing a string that says undefined and nothing else. Oh! Yeah, that is probably what it is. Yeah. Thanks for the tip. Almost sure that you're right. And nothing happened. Oh, nothing happened because I put in a 5-second delay. Alright. Unexpected token U. Alert message line 80. This. Console.log event. Let us see what you are. Uh-huh. It doesn't have any of the data in it. Oh. You know what I bet's happening? I'm trying to send this as though it was an actual message. And my event handler is saying, this definitely didn't come from Twitch. What are you trying to do? I'm not gonna do it. Unexpected token at U at position 0 tells me that it's looking for the usual opening, a token of JSON, which is usually, yep. I'm pretty sure exactly that's what's happening. Because if you look into the event that's coming back, it doesn't actually have a data in it. So in here, or wait. What? JSON object, JSON parse, process event. Okay, yeah, process event, and then process event Q 129, which would now be, yes. Wait. Maybe it wouldn't be. Alert message 140. That's where that's... Okay, that's where that's going. That's where that's going. That's where that's going. Process event, event queue. And then we're going down. And... JSON object. This is what we're getting for the event. Undefined. So that what type is event supposed to be? WebSocket, I think. It's whatever this connection on message returns. Oh, right. I'm pushing event.data, and that event, I don't think it has data. This is actually the event that I probably want to see. See what it is. Not that one. JSON parse takes a JSON string and parse it into an object. Yep. And I'm pretty sure you're right. I think what I'm dealing with is not at all what it's expecting. So let's see what this event is. Message event. Data undefined. So it does have data, and it is undefined. So that's where that U is coming from. So why would it... I feel like if event is already an object with data, there's no reason to parse it as JSON? Well, I'm trying to get this data part out of it. And it's coming through, like it is coming, it's being sent as a string, I think. I'm not 100%, but I think that's how I set it up. Because I'm sending it from... it's in here somewhere. That's that test. Event type. Okay, where are all the sends? Oh, sends, where are you? Oh, it's gonna be in here, I think. Yeah, here we go. The client sends a stringified version of the notification event. Because I couldn't really figure out how to send a JSON object over a WebSocket reliably, but I could send a string. So it's popping that through the WebSocket. And then on this side, whoops, on this side, it, oh, do I need to put the JSON object is a string? Yes, but it was getting confused somewhere along the line, unless I did that stringify part, which I think, what does JSON stringify do? JSON is just a format for serializing data structures for ASCII-based. Yeah. But I think there was something about this made it like safer for traveling or something. Yeah, it did this kind of stuff to it, so that it would be more reliably transferred. Is basically what I got out of it. So like this, that's legit JSON, and it is a string if you think about it. But this way, it's like the JSON object itself has been encapsulated as a string, but not like there's no ambiguity about whether or not it is a string. Like it's definitely a string, I think. I don't know. It all sort of made sense at some point. Just prettifies. Yep, I think so. It also made it a heck of a lot easier to deal with for debugging and stuff. So I could plop it in logs and whatnot. Where was I? Right, this thing has data, but the data's undefined. I'm sending. I should be checking what I'm actually getting in here. Received undefined. Well, that would explain it. It's not getting the right data. So you should stringify when you log it, not when you transmit it? Probably. I mean, there's probably a whole bunch of stuff that I'm doing sort of bass-ackwards. And I definitely need to, like, do a whole bunch of refactoring. But for now, I'm just sort of happy that it mostly works, so that I could get Streamlabs off and sort of not have to think about Streamlabs anymore. So I need to put this in. Wait. Send message. Hi, Hubreha. Sorry if I butchered your name. Thanks for the follow. Also, I was like, where did the alerts come from? But it was coming from here. Okay. This stringify test message. Let's see what happens when I take this out. It could very well be that might be causing the issue. Native code? What? What is this thing I'm sending? This test message. What are you, test message? Hold on. Let's do. I don't need to have you up here. Wait. Yeah. Grab you, and I'll put you here. And then I'll send this instead. Whoops. Oh, what have I done? JSON test. The question is, what argument does this connection send expect? Good question. So this connection, the connection is a type WebSocket. WebSocket, maybe one of the following types: a string, an array buffer, a blob, or an array buffer view. So I'm pretty sure I'm using the string one. Is this array buffer? That's not JSON, is it? I feel like that's something different. A blob. I feel like a blob is what's used for like large data types. File-like, yeah, I don't need that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it needs to be a string. Send JSON. Yeah, looks like they're saying to do the stringify. Array buffer is more for binary data? Gotcha. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure, and I mean, to be honest, when I was writing this, I was looking up a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm pretty sure I just copied something someone else had already done. But right, I want to send this JSON test. And I'll do JSON stringify that thing. And then I don't know, I don't really deal with JavaScript. Me neither. Unless, like, for work, I only deal with, like, mostly code that's already been written, and I'm just, like, trying to hunt down what might be causing an issue with, like, backend systems. So, yeah, as far as writing stuff on my own, I'm not that experienced. It doesn't like two things in here. What are the two things you don't like? Is it this? Yeah, JS is always big unfun. Yeah, like, had to use JavaScript for my deeply insane graphics programming college course and never again. Oh no. Yeah, the main reason that I'm choosing to use it is because it seems like that's what most of the examples were written in. And so that's kinda where I wanted to go, was where a lot of it was already sort of there. I always hear bad things about JavaScript, but so many end up learning it because it seems to be everywhere. Yep, it definitely does seem to be everywhere. And to be fair, I know, like, I've got a couple of my friends who are, like, way into JavaScript, and, like, they're pretty good at it. Yeah, kind of like what Exo said. It is stable for web, more or less. Especially if you're using a framework. Which, in today's age, you probably should be doing anyways. What are you complaining about? Why can't I see it? Oh, there it is. I have a test message just dangling there that I'm not using. I really don't like JavaScript. I'd rather use something that compiles to JavaScript, like TypeScript or something. Ah, gotcha. I tried to do math that used the same variable twice. JS read the variables as a number once and then a string a second time. Yep, I think that's what TypeScript would help with. There were no strings involved. I truly have no idea why I did that. Yeah, I feel like that's not an uncommon thing to happen to folks. Okay, right, we're sending this now. Let's test it out. And I mean, what I'm doing here is pretty hacky in and of itself, trying to send a request through. But let's do it. Hey! And then there's that artificial time. Yeah, okay. It is not going into the queue, though. It's getting the data, though. JS implicitly converts types when convenient, depending on what you're doing, which is the worst. Oh no! I truly hate it so much, it kind of poisoned me on wanting to learn Python. I know Python is better, but still. Yeah. If you're kinda, like... I feel like if you're getting frustrated at the code itself for doing what it was built to do, then it's probably not a good one to learn. Unless you, like, need to learn it for a job or something. And even then, I don't know. I use Python a lot. Great for automating tasks, which is good when I do very repetitive things. Yeah, I mean, if you like it and you know how to use it and it's helpful, then I think it's pretty good. I mean, probably, again, same thing with JavaScript. If you know how to use it and you don't have a problem with it, then I guess I say use it. JSON stringify will return a string that just says undefined if the argument is not an object that can be represented with JSON. Oh, so the thing I'm sending is not formatted correctly. So to test, I should actually see, yeah, okay. I think I know how to test. In send message, or test message, send message. We've got this thing. Let's do this and see what it actually is. I have a whole lot of console logs though. I should probably go through and get rid of a bunch of them. Wait a minute, what was that one that I just got rid of? Okay, that one I can get rid of. That one I can get rid of. That one I can get rid of. I want to keep this one. Oh, this was for... I don't need that anymore. This connection. Yeah, I don't think I need that. Okay, good. We just have that one. Now let's see what you do. Oh, it looks like it's returning a thing. Oh. Oh, I think I know what's happening. Maybe. So in here... Wait, where are you? Process event queue. This part, I think it's doing it successfully once, and then it's trying it again. With this, maybe. Cause yeah, let's see. Wait. It's never making it into the queue. Oh wait, there we go. And then it cleared them all out. And then it did a whole bunch of them. I don't think my queue is working. Process event queue. I set an artificial timeout. Where did I put you? Here. Wait, here. Wait. I'm confusing myself now. Process event queue. It will process... I have no clue how set timeout works. So basically what set timeout does is it takes a function and a time in milliseconds, and then after this many milliseconds, it executes this function. So what I'm trying to do is, yeah. So when this message arrives, I want to call process event. That's what's happening. Each time, okay. Yeah, that's what's happening. So this, every time a message, it's calling this, which is starting one of these. So that's why all of those got like you saw there were 3 in there, and then all of a sudden there were none. It's because there were 3 of them operating at the same time. So what I need instead is like maybe a set interval. Wouldn't there be a point at which this queue pop returns nothing? Yes. That's what I would expect to happen. But I guess I'm relying on this to be falsy. Which maybe it won't be. Processing queue. This dot queue. What are you gonna do? What does it return if it's empty? I'm not really sure, but I will find out. Oh, there's 6 of them now. It isn't empty. I don't think. Hydrate? Will do. Thanks, Exo. Probably returns undefined? Yes. So I just thought of a test I can do instead of this one. Wait, this .q.pop, does it return false if it's got nothing in it? Let's pop some fruits. Banana. Let's pop another one. Nothing. Nah, this isn't. I just want to know. I just want to know what you return on false. Or maybe I should look for it elsewhere. I mean, pop is going to return what it popped from the array. This undefined business you've been dealing with is a big reason why I hate working in weekly type languages. Hi, Azab. Thanks for the raid. How is your evening going? You were playing Minecraft. Nice. I was actually playing Minecraft too earlier today with my niece for a little bit. You should be printing the results of fruitspot.pop. I think if I can get if I can get better documentation, my stream crashed, but I was able to offline raid. Nice. I mean, not nice that your stream crashed, but nice that you were able to raid. And thank you again for it. Hi, Tygogus Greek. How's your evening going? Nova also playing Minecraft? You should join us sometime. I mean, I could try. I'm not that great at it. It's not that difficult to play alongside a 6-year-old. Pop. Let's see what pop does. Undefined. You were right. It does return undefined. Okay. And then I know what I can test for. If not type of type of this. No, hold on. If type of this Q. Shoot, no. I got it. Don't worry, I think. This Q pop if type of current event is not equal to undefined. I think that'll be the test I need. Tygo's geek. Oh, sorry, did I say Greek? And it's going fine? Good to hear. Okay. Do that, and then I don't want that in there anymore. Yeah. Everyone does? Oh no! Yeah, when I read it, I think it, like, everyone says Greek. Bit of an inside joke at this point. Yeah, for whatever reason, it makes me think of, like a brand of yogurt, like Greek yogurt for some reason. I don't know why. Also, don't use string undefined. Just use undefined. Okay. Alright. And then maybe that'll work better. Or at least not work better, but it will prevent the console errors. Okay. And then it waits and it does the thing. And we didn't get an error. We got an error. Shucks. Now I'm yogurt? Yep, I'm afraid so. What the hell? Yeah, I know, right? Unexpected token on you. So it's still calling it. Let me see. Maybe I don't have it right in my head. I feel like I might actually need to have this be a string. Because I think type of actually returns a string element. Yeah, I think type of something returns a string, so I need to do a strict string comparison. Let me test it. Testing the connection. Let's see what it does. I think that might have done it. Oh, the reason why I'm doing type of is because if you attempt to do just current event and it doesn't exist, it'll throw an error, I think. Like if you try to do a comparison. I'm pretty sure. I vaguely remember running into this in the past with something that I did for a client once. Lurk for Minecraft, good luck with your Twitch botting. Thanks, AZAP. And thanks for the lurk. So now... should be able to add a whole bunch of these. And they went in there. And they all got processed all at once. So I'm still not quite there yet. Going Greek is a film, apparently. Huh. Oh. Oh, it's a frat reference. I got it now. Then I'm doubly sorry for saying that. Alright, so why are you processing the whole queue like super fast? Or not fast, but all in one chunk. Oh, that's right, because every time a message is called, I'm instancing another one of these. Check Discord DMs? Undefined? Oh. I guess it does work. I suppose I could do it that way then. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I think I know why I used to do it that way, or why I always did it that way. It would be because if I had something like current event dot thingy, like, that's why I had to do type of before. Because if it tried to access a thing on a thing that didn't exist, that would throw an error. But if I wrapped it in a type of, then it wouldn't. But yeah, this way should work because because the thing itself is an undefined thing and I'm not trying to access any properties of it. Yeah. Thanks for the clarification, Keitan. And yes, I mean, I'm not like, this whole thing is really, really unoptimized, and I'm sort of embarrassed to even have anybody looking at it. But I know that what I'm going to be using it for is not going to be expensive resource-wise. That being said, I mean, best practices and all, I should really get into better habits. It's getting late, so I'm gonna head out, enjoy the stream, and I hope you have a nice night. Thanks for stopping by, Shadow Knight, or Shadow File. I almost called you Shadow Knight. I hope you sleep well. Okay. So I need to figure out some other way of doing this. Process event queue. You know, maybe what I actually want is when this thing is mounted, I should actually have a set interval that will keep going again and again. Misreading everyone's usernames? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll try to get better at it. Or alternatively, I'll implement a text-to-speech thing that will read it for me, and then it will be very bad. I'm exo different. Gotta head out too. Thank you for the chill stream. Everyone here has a good night. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to catch more of your streams in the future too. Actually, let me give you a shout out. I was watching her earlier today, working on learning how to use C# and making some really cool art in Vuejs Studio. Yeah, no problem. And yeah, I really do hope that you stream more. I'm gonna head out too. Have a good night. And you have a good night as well, Shiny LP. I hope you sleep well. And I also can't wait to see your next stream. Right, when it's mounted, I want to do set timeout, no, set interval. Yeah, getting more confident slowly. Hope to catch you soon. Yeah. And I think you did an amazing job today. So if you can, you know, do that again, I think you'll be just fine. And I hope you're having fun with it too, because it sure was fun to watch. So I need like this, that, this dot process event queue, like that, and then timeout. Yeah, fun is key. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I thoroughly have come to enjoy streaming. I don't know, it's to me, all of this almost feels like I'm kind of playing a game. Let's try... Yeah, let's try every 5 seconds we'll process the queue. And then in here, let's not do this. We'll just process the event. We'll check to see if there's an event and we'll process it. Excellent, that's good to hear. Yeah. Okay. So this is gonna get called, and then, so every time we call this, it'll check to see if there's any in here, or it won't check, it'll pop one. If it doesn't have one, it won't do anything. And then this, all we need to do is push it into the event queue, so we don't actually need to have that at all. Yeah, so as we get messages in, we'll push them to the queue, and every 5 seconds, we'll pop one if we have one. I think I'm on the right track. Alright, let's send a whole bunch. We got 5 of them in there. We got 4 in there. It's processing them, but it's not doing anything with them. But I feel like that's several steps in the right direction. I wonder... Displaying buttons. True, displaying message. And then it goes to false. And it never gets set to true again. Right, best of luck on this. Good night. Yeah, I hope you sleep well. And I think I've got it. I mean, maybe I don't, but I think I'm getting closer. Displaying message. Oh, wait a minute. Do I still have an artificial timeout somewhere? Yeah, this thing. Test. Wait. Oh, wait. No, never mind. That's not. Hum. I don't need that anymore. Processing queue. I don't need that anymore. I do want that console log. And so now I need to figure out, like, it does... Wait, did it just do, like, all of them? Hi, Goki Dev. How is your evening going? And thanks for the test. I'm getting bit by bit closer. Pretty slow, but I had a Reese's Cup. That is good news. Reese's Cups are awesome. I'm probably gonna have a few of those after I'm done streaming, to be honest. I've got the egg ones for Easter, which are like, the holiday ones are always better for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, and I have a new thing I'm gonna try. It might... Not sponsored by Reese's, but I found these. I wonder what they're gonna be like. So I'm gonna have some of those too. Okay. What was I even doing? Look at you all ready for candy coma. I know, right? They'll send me right to sleep. But yeah, no, for whatever reason, like, I don't know, candy doesn't seem to, like, affect me like that, or sweet stuff, or whatever. Like, and I mean, I've had all sorts of tests run and stuff. Like, my blood sugar stays pretty stable, even though I eat, like, all sorts of cakes and pies and stuff. But really, what was I doing? Oh, I wanted to see why these are all getting displayed all at once. Process event. There should only be one place where this is getting called. So yeah, let's get rid of this one. I mean, it was already commented out, but... Process event Q, that's fine. That's what we want to happen. So yeah, why are you being, so strange? Okay. We're parsing the event. We're displaying the message. And then we're setting a timeout for 5 seconds after, where we're no longer displaying the message. Now, this should be set to true. Hold on. Message plays 5 seconds. The 5-second interval. What if I change this to 4 seconds? I wonder if I'm running into some weird race condition. Oh. I think it's working. I think my cue is working. All right, I'm gonna do things. All right, got a whole bunch in there. Yes! Yay! And I will hydrate. And yeah, Goki Dev, I was gonna say, I love your new emotes. They're super cute. Look like it skipped one? It might have. Let me test it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think it's right. No, I think you probably saw this cue get to 3, but that's because I feel the first one gets popped right away. Or not right away, but like at some interval less than 5 seconds. So it won't appear in the queue for very long. So it'll go like array 1, and then that one will be playing, while the other 3 are being added. I think. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. So now... hydrates... an undefined thing. What was the undefined thing? And there's the hydrate. Alright. Actually, out of curiosity, why does it wait for the browser source to do its first notif before processing the debug queue? Wait. Why does it wait for the browser source to do its first notification? Oh, do you mean like... why do I have it only doing it in the set interval? Like... oh, I see what you're saying. Like, I could test... in here to see if it was empty. When you do hydrate, it shows up in OBS and then shows up in the... oh. So the one that I'm using for the browser source is... so this is a local server that I'm running right here. But the other one is actually running here. So when I do here, I'll get an example up. So this is the live version, the one that I'm actually using. And so it'll do that one right away because that's using the old code, and this one appears later because it's using the interval code. However, your comment did give me an idea where I could do a thing where where are you? Where in here I could first check to see somehow yeah, why does it wait for the live version? It's not lag. It's they're actually 2 different versions. So this is at overlays.nova server, so it's actually running a build of this code that was older, that wasn't using the queue system. It was just spitting them out as soon as they came in. Whereas this one is running locally on my machine using this npm dev run, which like simulates a local server. And what it's doing is it's using that queue system I just made, which is only processing events using this set interval. So it has an interval of 5 seconds. So it will have a lag of up to 5 seconds from when an event comes in and when it gets processed. Yep, it only checks every 5 seconds. Or I should say, it only fires the process event queue script or function every 5 seconds. And that was just done for, I mean, there's no reason why I'm limiting it to 5 seconds. But I think what I actually want to do is I want to check to see if this is already empty. We can probably just process the event. I think what you should do is have a bool that tracks whether or not the queue processing loop is running. Oh, and then I could see if we should, in here, fire off the process event thing again. Yeah. That could work too. That, and then that would, I think, get rid of the lag issue. Let's try it. Okay. Let's do processing queue false. So then in here we'll push, we always do want to be pushing this in there, but then we also want to be wait. Yeah, so this dot processing queue should be true. And then no, wait, hold on. No, I want to do this in here. And I want to check in here if this dot processing queue, so if we're not processing the queue, then we need to fire off the queue. So that way, whoops, I forgot a dot there. So that way it won't fire off multiple of these. So if not defined, then process event, set processing, yep. Else set processing queue false. Right. Yes. So if this is undefined, we process the event, else we will this dot processing queue is false. So we're done processing. And then process event, and then in here we'll do the set timeout of another one of these, so we'll call it self recursively, and then we want to do that after 5 seconds. So now just downloaded VS Code yesterday, still trying to get the hang of it. Nice. Also, hi Anas, 98. I hope your evening's going well. Or your day, if you're somewhere that it's day. And I'll take the Katon wave as meaning I'm sort of on the right track. Okay, so we're pushing that in there. We're processing the event queue, but only if it's not processing. So once we're through the queue, we'll set it to that, which means we can start this up again. I think that should work. All right. Oh. Process. Oh, right. I know what I did wrong there. This needs to have a this in front of it. Personally, I would actually have the act of processing the event handle queuing up the next execution of process event queue. So certain actions can stay on screen for longer than others. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, because you might want to have different stuff have, like, different effects and whatnot. That's a good point. However, I think, but then again, you're not doing anything like text-to-speech. Yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna leave it for now. But I like your suggestion, and I do want to do different stuff later. Like I want, like if someone redeems like warm fuzzies or hydrate, I want like effects to happen, like to, like near my avatar. Like maybe a glass of water will appear or something. But yeah, until then, and because it's getting kind of late, I think I'm good with this way. No, I really need to add that best followers primes to my block list of blocked strings. So I feel like that's what they're all using now. Report, spam, bot, spam, block, close, ban, vintage Gucci. But what if I wanted the best followers? I already have them. I don't need them. You all are the bestest followers. Okay. Now, hopefully it should work. It did the thing. The queue's up. It's processing the queue. Nice. And thanks for the warm fuzzies. Oh, I just realized something. Okay, let's add a few more to the queue, and then let's do a warm fuzzies. Yep, it's not taking into account the order. It's popping the most recent. I need to do some. What's the other thing to pop? The one that doesn't get the one from the front, but gets it from the back. Yep, exactly, K-Tan. Also, yeah, personally, I'd rather not use a really generic string as a trigger for something as potentially destructive as a ban. Yes, no, I'd have to... And I don't think... So I'm just using the thing that, that Twitch has that you can set up to, like, it'll like auto mod stuff based on whatever strings. Like I'm not doing any, like none of my bots are doing it. You want a queue, sounds like, instead of a stack. Yeah, I want this. What was the last element? I want the first element, so I want shift. I'm pretty sure that should do it. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, so theoretically, if I put a whole bunch of those in there, and then I do a hydrate, it should do a whole bunch of undefined thingies before my hydrate. Yeah. I think it's gonna do it. Maybe I didn't need to click it that many times. Alright, I think I see it. Yes! Nice! Okay. Automod will just hold the message for review or replace that part of the message with asterisks, though. Yeah, gaming. Nice. So the other thing I wanted to do, and I think I still have time for it, is I want the username to be a different color so that it stands out a bit more, you know? To do that, I have alert username, processing key. Oh, it does say that. That very well could be an issue with this view thing. Yeah. Like I think there's a way to like refresh it. But yeah, it's so compared to like something like React, Vue.js is a very like community lightweight sort of, you know, not it's very fun to use for fun, but I don't know if I'd use it in production for like a client or something. Twitter message. Added a new mechanic. Whoops. Where you need to unscrew panels in order to... Oh, yeah, nice. I saw you work on that today. It's gonna be sweet, EXO. I made a GIF. Yeah. Alright, did you see my beam thrower? I didn't yet. I've been meaning to check it out. But if you have a video, please self-promote so we can see. I'll bring it up in chat if you give me a link to it. Or not I'll bring it up in chat. I'll bring it up on stream. I mean those meme beams. All right. Let's pause music.
Yeah, it's still a little too easy to dodge them, but...
Oh, they are throwing beans. Nice. That is very unsettling. That that is gonna look really fun when you have like the rest of the level, like environment set up.
Say it's decent enough.
Having like animatronics like jerking around towards you. It really does kind of help your nerves that you have a gun, though. I mean, if a rogue animatronic was out to kill me with beams, I'd for sure want, like, a shotgun. Do need to set up a proper rotation lerp. I have in the past struggled greatly with rotation lerps. I need to... That was another motivation for me to work on this project, was my fear of what 3D stuff was going to be like for game dev. But I'm going to need to jump into that icy pool someday. Best to just get it over with. But until then, let's replace the rest of Streamlabs and Karl bot. So the next project that I'm gonna work on is gonna be a Discord bot to replace Karl bot. And then I should be set, I think. But yeah, I will check out your, like, whenever you have a build ready that you'd be okay sharing on stream, or you'd be okay with someone playing on stream, let me know and I'll play it on stream. Yeah, I've been for 3D animations and stuff. I just put out a new build yesterday. Nice. I'll have to check it out. And yeah. I mean, feel free, like, if you want to send me a DM or something saying like, hey, check out this thing, and it'd be cool if you could put it on stream, because I definitely will. What was I? Oh, right, the username. Okay. Username, message, no. Yes? Message username. And that way, I can have... This is the alert message, but I can have a span with the message username. And then that will be... So the alert message right now... Where am I setting you? I'm setting you there. There. Oh, gosh. But this should be pretty easy. This dot message username is going to be equal to test user. I'm sort of running on fumes. My brain's getting sleepy, but I think I have this last little bit in me. So that will display, and then that will display, and then I need this span to have a class that I'll call username. And then it's going to be the last thing in the list of CSS stuff, which should get applied over top of everything else. So then if I give it a color of, say, RGBA 0255 1. Now let's see if the message at least works. Oh, that's right. I'm transitioning on... Now that's just gonna stick up there. Oh yeah, also look at FMVS in my Discord. CodeKid is posting speedrun vids, and it's cool seeing him do clean rocket jumps. Nice! I'll have to check it out. But yeah, if there's like one in particular that you'd like me to bring up on stream real quick, feel free to plop a link to it in chat. That's right. So how do I get you to disappear? Alert message. Username active. I'm pretty sure. I think that... Wait. No. I think I just need to do the same thing that I was doing. Yeah, I pretty much have to do all the same stuff. So we'll do this inside of here. And I just broke a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Then... username active. Oh, it doesn't like the dashes. Okay, that's fine. I don't need them. So then we'll just do pretty much the same thing, except instead of alert message, it's going to be username. Oh, and I think I can actually do like that. Potentially. Let's see if I gotcha. Oh? Yeah, nice. Although it needs a bit of space. So we can do username margin right of 10 pixels. I think. Maybe a bit more pixels. Or... yeah, I'll just give you more pixels. And I also, I mean, eventually I want to do like a different font and stuff, but that I might have to save for later. Hi Casper Dragonwolf, how's your morning or evening going? Anyways, I'm gonna go click on Heads in Team Fortress Twomp and have you in the background. Good luck with the rest of your stream. Thanks K-Tan, and thanks again for the raid. Let me give you another shout out. I hope Team Fortress is fun. And Casper Dragonwolf's getting add-ons to work better. Nice, nice. Good to hear. Okay. So I need to set this dot, wait. Message username. Okay. It's going to be equal to JSON object username. And then we'll take this out of there. And then this is going to be pretty much what we'll have. Username, username, username. It does need to be different because this is different. Oh, but that only needs to be different in that one case. So... JSON object user input Okay, that's okay. Yeah, let's just do this. Wait, why didn't... Oh, but no. Here. Not in front of the case. Yep, sleepy brain is definitely setting in. I think I can make it though. So we need in here this broadcaster name instead. Right? And then I can take this out. And then basically I can take out that, this, and that, and this needs to stay, but I can get rid of this part. And that's fine. All right. Now let's test it. All right. Test user, testing the alert message. I redeemed hydrate. I shall hydrate. I think that's working. More or less how I want it to. So we accomplished a lot today. We got a queue system set up so the messages won't play on top of each other. They're actually being processed in the correct order. And I guess that's about it. I changed some font color. I think that's good though. I think I'm gonna make a build. Let's grab you. And let's move you up to there. And you should be up there. No, overlays.back can be removed. Move this. Oh, move it to here. And then move Nova Overlays to Nova Overlays dot back. Move dist to Nova Overlays. Now it should be up there now. I wonder if I need to restart Nginx or not. Or is it just gonna work? It's not gonna work. Do I need to refresh cache of the current page? It didn't do anything that time. It didn't do anything because I changed it from redeems to alerts. It's on a different page now. That would probably be kind of important. Alright. Some testing. There we go. Just a little, not much. Yeah, who cares about endpoints of stuff? But yeah, it's working now. Definitely could use a whole heck ton of improvements. Thanks, Casper Dragonwolf. Yeah, I'm super pleased with it. Let's get one of those in there. It's gotta have some ASDFs and whatnot. And thanks for the hydrate, Exodrifter. But yeah, I'm kind of liking how it turned out. So I think that pretty much does it for tonight. Let's find out who we should raid. What? It's a lot of W's. Oh. It's a lot of W's. Z-Plax. I mean, you love the colors? Thanks, Victor Nunez. Yeah, I'm really happy with them too. I think I want Choto and Acert.
There's a guy all the way across the con, all the way across.
I think Choto's doing alright on followers.
Cracked him down now.
Ah, little bitch.
Oh, Choto the Bright. Oh, this one. Yeah, we could raid Choto the Bright. Or let's see, Acert.
Rotate this one. What the hell?
Oh, I think they're doing good on viewers. Yeah, let's do Choto the Bright. We did raid them pretty recently, but it is pretty chill. I do like the little grasshopper game. And look, there's a little slime on the screen. How could I not like that? Alright. Let's all go say hi. I'm not really gonna prepare a raid message or anything. Let's just say hi. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by and helping me test this stuff. I'll see you all later.